Okay, so today our I can statement is I can use descriptive words to show my reader what the character feels or sees rather than just telling them. We have been writing our own narratives, and today we are going to practice using more descriptive words in our writing. When we do this, we will become better writers because the reader will become more interested in our narratives. Descriptive words add to the quality of our stories, and this lesson will teach us how to do just that. We will be looking at some examples from Ralph S. Mouse by Beverly Clearly. So let's read the I can statement together. I can use descriptive words to show my reader what the character feels or sees rather than just telling them. First, I'm going to show you some examples of just telling the reader something. Remember, this isn't always a bad thing, but if you are always just telling, it may get boring for the reader. Let's read the first example together. Miss Lieberman walked into the grocery store. This sentence tells you exactly what I'm doing, right? While the sentence is fine, it could be even better by adding descriptive words and showing you what I'm doing. Let's look at the next example. Let's read it together. The third graders worked on homework. Once again, the sentence is kind of boring to read. Let's work on rewriting these sentences so they show you our readers what is happening. When you are editing your own narratives, you can use the guiding questions to help you with adding more detail. The first question says, what adjectives can I add? Remember, an adjective is a word that describes a noun. When reading through Ralph S. Mouse, I noticed that Beverly Clearly uses lots of adjectives when she writes. And this is an example from her book. So on page 48, it says, inside the building, the linoleum-floored hall, unlike the halls of the Mountain View Inn, was a broad, smooth highway with no rough carpets to wear down the already thin tires of a little motorcycle. Who can tell me what adjectives you see in this sentence? That's right, we have linoleum-floored, broad, smooth, rough, thin, and little. I'm going to go ahead and underline these. All right. That's a lot of adjectives in this sentence. They make the sentence more interesting and exciting. Rather than just saying, the building was nice, the adjectives really show us what the character is seeing. Let's look at another example from the book. On page 94, the sentence says, Ralph caught a whiff of grape bubble gum, the reek of sweaty socks, and the scented soap fragrance of Miss K. What adjectives do you see in this sentence? Yes, we have grape and bubble, sweaty, and scented. Nice work. Those words really bring this sentence to life. Now that we've seen some good examples, let's go back to our first two sentences. I'm going to look at the next guiding question, which says, how can I show what is happening rather than just saying it? How can I show my reader that I walked into the grocery store? Maybe I'll add some things I might be smelling or seeing. I'm going to type them on here. While smelling the fresh fruits and vegetables and seeing rows of shopping carts, Miss Lieberman started grocery shopping. So this way, the sentence tells you more about what I'm doing and seeing rather than just what is happening. All right, we are going to practice the next one together. So, the third graders worked on homework. Raise your hand if you have any ideas on how we could make this sentence more descriptive. Remember to use the guiding questions to help you think of adjectives or how to show rather than tell. Good idea. We could say, I'm going to type this again. In the quiet third grade classroom, Every student was very focused on their amazing narratives. Awesome. That's a great sentence. I think that really shows the reader what is happening and gives them more of an interest in the sentence. Now I want you to turn to a partner and decide together on how to make this next sentence more descriptive. Great job. It sounded like you all came up with very descriptive sentences that show the reader what is happening. And now before we go back to our seats, we're going to create an anchor chart together that will help us remember how to do this skill that we just learned. All right. So I already have the title on the top. I just put show, don't tell. And we are going to decide what else should go on our chart. So what helps you all remember how to show instead of tell? Good idea. One thing we can add is the guiding questions. So we have, what adjectives can I add? I'll put those over here. And then the second one is, how can I show what is happening without just saying it? Awesome. So those two questions are there to help you when you are working on your writing. So we will add those over there. What else could we add? Yeah, we could add some examples of adjectives to help us remember what those are. That's a great idea. So who can tell me what some adjectives are? You can do fun, tall, short, delicious, tasty. Awesome. That's a really good list. We will just keep those up here on the sticky note. Those will give us some examples so you guys can remember what those adjectives are. Let's add one more thing to our chart to help us. Who else has another idea? Yeah, awesome. That's a good idea. We could put one of our examples we did in class on there. So first, we will type what the first sentence was originally. So Miss Lieberman walked into the grocery store. We'll put that one on there. So we'll put this example on the top, and then we will also put what we changed the sentence to make it more descriptive. While smelling the fresh fruits and vegetables and seeing rows of shopping carts, Miss Lieberman started grocery shopping. Awesome. I think that anchor chart looks pretty good. Do you guys think this will help you while you're working independently? Yes, I do too. Maybe on this part we will just draw an arrow so we know which one is the more descriptive one. All right, so now that we've had lots of practice with showing instead of telling, you are going to practice this with your own writing. So we wrote paragraphs yesterday, so I would like you to go through your narrative paragraphs and change some of your sentences to make them more descriptive. Once you have gone through each sentence and think they do a good job showing instead of telling, you can continue writing more sentences for your narratives as we will keep working on them for the rest of the week. Go ahead and start writing.